FFXIV has news for us, I am almost dreaded to ask. Far edge of fate. Alphino has the look of a man with much to say. Words cannot express how grateful I am that you were all unharmed. When Omega came hurriedly towards the cocoon, everything was dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. See it with my own eyes. Ada, wait, we must! The other CC is expecting us. Going now, Alphino. Gusetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yaguri. What are you... Sorry, the cat's making noises like everywhere behind me. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for Lurk to stand. They are eager to hear your testimony. I feel like we fucked up somehow. Like something bad else is gonna happen because Omega's doing stuff. Omega gains sentience. Because now Omega now has like Nidhogg's eyes embedded in it, and it's just looking around or something. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Schon fine. You can take my chair now. I can't sit down. Thanks, Bishop. He's gonna like Nidhogg's gonna be like, oh, now I'm a machine. And he's gonna be angry again. Okay. Let's go check it out. Alright, Meryl, what are you talking about? No calamity averted? How many times have you and yours held us back from the brink? It would seem Garland's little friend was good on his word. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's curse eyes in the abyss, all this... Yeah! I wanted to stomp those fucking things immediately! But, I guess, just crush them like grapes, like step on them. My friends, I'm fully eager you have awaited your turn. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you. And most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, Elder Seats here. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But please, tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in awakening Omega. Aye, we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From position in the control room, we were blinded to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from amidst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gria Abana? Abania? Gurabanya? Okay. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed that the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light, and when the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest upon Alamegan's soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed each had landed a fatal blow upon one another. While most of us could only think of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's fawn, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend. Yeah, it did look like an Eastern dragon. We have seen it convenient to refer to it as such. This is Shinryu's fate, indeed. That of Omega, yet is unknown. And that of Omega is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on Girabanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have opportunity to secure the Gridania's border and assist the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Is this Roban's wall? I've heard about Roban's wall.
Yeah, you're getting to Raban Gate soon.
Raban Gate? Okay. Well, that explains a few things. I'd wager that flash of light coincided with the loss of our contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, we'd be of no use to them, save perhaps a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of our several concerns. Indeed. I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives of Garabanya, through Ilbers was forced our hand. It seemed only logical to seek an alliance with the inevitability of imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that the Aramiga might finally be wrested from Golomon's grasp. Pray accept the humblest, most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Tallswood would have surely been laid to waste. This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance borders. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad to have the chance to begin reparations for our past inaction. I will go to oversee Operation at Belster's Wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal, and the rest while you may. When the Primal engaged, it was for an instant transported back to Cartano, to the moments that Black Worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. I'll gladly live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. If, as it seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after... What did they call it? Ah, yes, after Shinryu was defeated. We should have little fear from either one of them. I don't know about that. I'd very much like to see Shinryu Kutramae for myself. He must be exhausted. I would only suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others gathered at Amarixas' spire. I can imagine that you, too, would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It's decided, then. Lead on. And then he leads. Okay. Well, thank you, Alfie. Yeah, it's in Gridania somewhere. I don't fucking remember which one it was. That's a bit into Stormblood. I was there. You were there when it first happened? Yeah, I heard it was just like one instant thing where like you had to talk to him to get through, but whenever you entered his like instance or whatever it was, it like would crash or boot you out, so it became like a wall of people all trying to talk to him at once.
It was very funny to watch it from a distance.
Well, trace the cocoon remains, it's just it never existed. Oh, thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern, I concede, but if you had seen what I saw... That's probably like a prediction for the future. I bet. That's gonna be a thing happening later. Absolutely.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's Primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
I saw on Etsy, you can buy a pattern to 3D print Nidhogg eyes. And I kind of want to do it. Have like a little Nidhogg eye just around so I can put it somewhere. You know, just give it to people when they feel like hurting someone else.
That such a horror
Put a light in it.
from
Yeah, put a light in it.
comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moment prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods!
I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beckoned belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go see how she's doing.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Oh! Ooh!
Done it.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask.
Oh, that's her Okay.
20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric.
The reveal.
And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louisoir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
So was her sister, like, part of 1.0 then, or something?
No.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
Wait, her name's not Ida?
No.
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
I'm new to this. I feel like an idiot now. Everyone's been on this thing this whole time, has been like, hey, just letting you know. You could have told me. And they feel like we've earned trust by now. But
Yeah, no one would let you in on the big secret.
the big secret.
I think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
Yuguri's like, yeah, I knew the whole time, and then like Getsu's like, yeah, I was told immediately, and I'm Losa's like, I wasn't told this. No one told me this. I've like done so much shit for you guys. Trust is damaged.
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Horny Boulder just wanders past what you didn't know. Yeah, tell the new guy and let them ruin it. Way easier to let you know her by as the one name. Why did you never tell me? I would say that. Yeah, she would say that. She'd be like, yeah, little little wondering why I was never told this.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lyse.
Lyse? Okay.
When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done.
Oh, okay. That's why they were so close, too.
I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me.
Because I thought, like, the mask was on the whole time when she was revealing it, that, like, she would be a character from 1.0 that maybe just no one put together, or no one realized. Oh, look at this emote crappy. She looks angry in that. Lyse. She's got a new lease on life. Thanks, Baron.
The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Oh, so it wasn't a real Archon's mark, it was just one that he put on her. And so when he was gone, and I mean, it vanished.
When he got Louis Swad.
When he got Louis Swad. When he got all Louis swalled up.
So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lyse. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
I am down for Lyse backstory, and I want to help out Lyse. Love Lyse.
Anyways, welcome to the main character of Stormblood.
War is upon
Yes!
us once more.
That's a victory. That's a victory right there.
Yeah, she rules. she's second favorite Scion
Standing against
after
the
LSA.
Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
I like how when they made his face, they made it look like one of those, like, it looks almost like if it was white, it'd be like a kabuki mask, kinda. Like if it was like pure white, like white paint everywhere. I feel like that was intentional. It's so brave of Lyse to remove her masks after so long. Though she's scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite the story to tell to Taru and my sister. Tataru knew the whole time. Elise knew the whole time. Kryl saw the aura or whatever and immediately knew. It's whatever. Just
Allison probably didn't know. At least.
You saw how she spied around. She knew. We did
Yeah,
it!
she probably do.
Did it! Oh.